To Be Blunt Podcast, episode 39. We are back in studio. We have the Scott.
Yo, yo, yo.
We got the man with the plan, the knowledgeable person when it comes to the sports, the most knowledgeable right here with the Yankees sweater on. I love it. Get it ready. We don't get no baseball,
no
but
baseball. What's happening?
It's Frank Knox, baby.
What's happening?
And of course, your host, the P to the double EZ. And we are here on another Thursday to help you through quarantine. Right here.
Lockdown.
That's right. We got a big show lined up for you. It is a special 420 edition all month. We're going to be doing 420 themed shows. And tonight, we have Deputy Director of CT Normal, Joe LaChance, a.k.a. Joe the Weed Guy, joining us to talk CT's medical marijuana program and legalization. We're going to get blunt with our listeners as we talk, the most viral trends and, of course, Scott's infamous Walmart stories. We're going to find out what's going on with the shoppers all around, if you can find TP or not.
I got some breaking news.
Speaking of Scott, back with the WrestleMania edition of No Selling with the Scott. I can't wait to hear what he's got to say.
It's going to be such good shit.
And later on in the show, IG influencer Hazy joins us to give us her recommendations on the best glass to burn your loud out of. It is a stacked show, fellas.
That's right.
Stacked show. I don't think the world is ready. If you're tuning in on the Facebook Live, we're here, baby. What up? RTF Sports Network.com. If you want to listen to audio only and you can't get to the Facebook, we are here. Shout out to everybody tuning in right now. We got Paul Ferrari. Oh!
What's happening?
That's all he says. Oh!
It's like our code word.
Of course, you already know.
One of the most used texts I send out is, oh!
I know, me too.
It's always a question of how many W's you put in there, though.
Oh, man. Lifestyle own joining in from the Lifestyle Group. I love it. I love it saying what up. Phone lines are open if you want to join in on the conversation at any time throughout the show. 860-384-7110. And we are live. What's up, guys?
Not much, man. Another week in lockdown.
I'm not in lockdown. Listen, I'm essential as fuck. All right? That's what I know.
Yeah, but you're still just going to work, coming home.
Well, again, there's nowhere else to go, right? The bars are closed. The restaurants are closed. In fact, as far as Connecticut goes, Governor Lamont, sorry, wow. I'm a little backtracking here. I'm going back in time. Governor Lamont said that the non-essential businesses might not even open until the 20th of May.
20th of May, yeah. People don't know.
At the earliest.
It was supposed to be Easter, and then they extended it to 420 like New York did when they first dropped it. I'm sure it'll
get extended again.
It probably will.
Yeah, it was originally 316 to 420. I remember when that was announced in New York. The memes that came out were crazy.
But to their credit, if they told us it was going to be like, say if it really is August, if they told us that from the bat, I mean, I don't know if we would have been able to prepare for that.
I mean, you're right, but I still feel like I might go till August.
If we go through little hurdles and we're like, oh, we made it to May 20th, we can make it to June 20th, you know what I mean?
I feel like May's real liberal, to be saying that. Like, I feel like it's going to be a few more months than that.
I think June earliest, August latest.
That shit needs to be done by Memorial Day, all right?
That's not happening, Scott. That's not happening. No, definitely not.
I want to
Memorial
use my
Day
pool at my complex, and it ain't going to happen.
Scott, you ain't seen that pool all year.
Pool, Memorial Day at your complex, that's what you're looking forwed to? I mean, come on,
that shit's
man.
full of Corona.
Yeah.
It's full of Rona.
That's what you want to do? You want to go to a public pool with everyone that's been pent up, including children, for 3-4 months. The first thing you want to do is go swim in some child piss water.
Oh, no. Damn, Scott. Damn, bro. Damn. If you're tuning in, what up? What up, Dialon showing love on the Facebook? What up? We see you, bro.
He's smart. He's booking vacations ahead of time. Get him on the low.
That's right. All the way to August. I'm ready to go.
I just want to be able to enjoy a summer, that's all.
Listen, you might as well start preparing to do a lot of backyard bonfires and shit, bro.
Yeah, or maybe I just go to the private island that UFC is going to be at or something like that. I don't know.
Right?
Good luck getting a ticket there.
Damn, Pierre's tuned in. He says he just wants these kids to go back to school.
I think at this point, a lot of parents are feeling that way. I've seen today at least 4 or 5 parents like, fuck this. I'm in my room. I'm tired of this
Come
shit.
on.
Yeah.
Are you for real?
Yeah, people are just like tired of their children at this point. They have to teach them, cook for them, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now think about it. They only had to cook dinner before.
I would be thinking these kids would be doing chores 24/7. Like
some kids aren't able to do chores.
I'd be telling them they gotta do fucking chores too, yo. Fuck this shit,
It's a good way. Teach them young. There's going to be a lot of chefs coming out of this quarantine, though. I'll tell you that.
Listen, I've been chefing it up. Let me tell you. I have been doing nothing but literally eating and smoking aside from working. It's devastating.
Yeah.
The whole weight loss from the gym, the challenge, bro, fucked.
Gone out the window.
Fucked.
All that work.
Even Scott told me he had pizza like 3 times last week.
Dude, my DoorDash, I just got this phone like 3 weeks ago, and DoorDash has been like, if I look at my bank feed, like that's just all I'm spending my money on is DoorDash.
Dude, I know. You can spend a shit ton of money on DoorDash just in the fees, bro.
It is a lot.
They tell you zero delivery, but then all of a sudden your taxes and fees are like $11.
Next thing you know, you're getting an email from DoorDash next month saying you could have saved $50 if you signed up for Dash Pass.
Yeah.
Dude, I did 2 days ago. I did Outback on there, and I was like, "Oh,
Outback?
I have an Outback gift card."
You got Outback delivered to Cromwell?
He's in a good place.
I got it delivered at work.
Oh,
all right. That makes more sense. I was going to say, fuck that, bro. If you got Outback, I want a bloomin' onion right now.
Yo, I did 2 bloomin' onions, motherfucker.
2 bloomin' onions?
he took one to go.
Scott, you probably weren't even high and you're ordering 2 bloomin' onions? That's some fucking stoner ass shit. Damn, yo, damn. Well, we got a lot to talk about today. Before we go any further, you already know what time it is. My favorite time of the show. And yours. The ceremonial lighting of the blunt. Right here. In this very King Palm. I have it stuffed with the loudest of weed. With a very special strain for today. That's right. So, before we go any further, I ask you both, are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Ready, Peasy.
I said, are you ready?
Yeah! Ready to see you like that, bitch.
Then, for the 3 of us in this podcast studio, and the hundreds listening at home on RTFSportsNetwork.com or watching live on the Facebook live stream, this is for you. Ooh, let's get ready to smoke it. Tell him, Frank.
If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Smoke it! That's right. Woo-wee. 420 edition. Episode 1 of 420. Out of the next 3 we're going to be doing. It's about to be the littest, the highest, the most crucial, the King Palm loaded. Woo, babe.
You never sent me that StreamYard link.
What do you mean? What do you need it for?
I needed to send it out, any potential smoke out guests that could arrive.
I didn't know that was something we were doing. I can send you the StreamYard link. I mean, that's not a problem.
Word, yeah, just send it to me while I'm thinking of it.
You want me to send it to you on the Facebook?
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have no other choice, bro. When it comes to this shit, we're limited. I can't copy paste from the phone because I'm on the computer. And I'm just trying to smoke, damn it. That's it. So let me find...
The real question is, what are we smoking this week, for week 1 of 420, which is all month long?
Well, I'm glad you said that. This week's strain of the week is a very special strain. It is known as Godfather OG. That's right. Godfather OG is a cross of Cherry Pie, OG Kush, and Granddaddy Perp. According to High Times, Godfather OG is the most potent marijuana strain on the planet, by the way. The indica dominant hybrid is reported to have a THC content of 34%. So it's about to be a wrap today. That's right. Since it's an activated THC value, there's a good chance that the figure may be conservative. There might be even more, they're saying. This strain has won High Times Cannabis Cup for best indica strain in the past, and when you smoke the bud, it's going to hit you with an incredible cerebral high and soon results in whole body euphoria. Users tend to feel calm and happy with the euphoric effects oozing over both mind and body. Godfather OG provides you with a feeling of total relaxation and could ever render you immobile or couch locked for the afternoon. From his potency. Huh? That's right. Couch locked. That's locked. Right here. So let me take a nice big drag of this Godfather OG.
Godfather, come get on the blunt train.
Choo-choo. Here you go, Frank Knox. Why don't you try this out? And let's go right here into the Scott. Scott, why don't you tell us what we had this week for the beer of the week?
All right, so the beer of the week this week, it's called Cloud 9, all right? And anything with the name Cloud in it, all right, it means it's got soft mouthfeel, no bite to it whatsoever. So it's called Cloud 9. It's from New Park Brewing. It's a special, actually, 3rd anniversary beer. Sold out in one day. I had to do a trade to get this beer.
A trade?
Yeah, this started out, you could get a whole case. Then it went from a case to you can get 2 4-packs. Then it went from all in the same day to 1 4-pack that, sold out, don't have anymore. So I had to trade some beers to get this. And, I mean, it doesn't really live up to the hype I guess it got, but it's still good, damn it.
I feel like you have the worst luck when it comes to getting, like, beers.
Sometimes. You know what, though? Today, I actually got lucky and got some beers from Treehouse right before they sold out. And a buddy of mine, he was asked out, but since you have to buy a whole case, we ended up splitting the case, so 12 beers apiece.
That's not a bad deal.
Not at all.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
I don't need 24 more beers. You guys have seen my fridges.
That's also very true. You definitely don't need that. Your fridge is literally full, bro. It's full. It's full.
Yes, my fridges are full.
Yes, that's right. Both your fridges are full. You're right. I'm sorry. Good point. Good point. Good point. In a few minutes here, we're going to be joined by Joe the Weed Guy. He is the Deputy Director of NORML, which is this advocate for CT legalization. If you don't know CT NORML is, Scott.
I don't know too much, I'll be honest.
Of course you don't. But I know Frank knows what we're talking about. I can't wait to have him on the show. He's going to be joining us in a few minutes. I hope you're tuned in. Again, phone lines are open, 860-384-7110. It's about to go down. Me and Frank, we got the Godfather OG rolled up. I brought papers, good. Frank, because I feel like we're going to have to roll another joint or something.
That's good. That's tasty.
The blunt's not going to be enough. I can tell you right now. There's no way.
It's 420 edition. My tolerance has gone through the roof because all I've been doing during lockdown 2020 is getting smoked out, loked out, and hitting the fridge like a muh.
That's right. I love it. Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, Joe the Weed Guy right here on the 2B Blunt podcast. You know what I hate about flying? Everything. The takeoff, the landing, the anticipation mixed with anxiety.
Me too. Sometimes I feel like I'm crawling in my own skin.
Let me guess. You probably downed a few drinks before getting on the plane and then pop a Xanax maybe, right?
A few drinks? Yeah, right.
But what if I told you there was a way to fly comfortably?
I would love to fly that way.
What if I told you that you could fly and be relaxed all at the same time without the use of pills or alcohol?
Really? How? Tell me more.
You need to simply fly high. We bring you Flying High personal aircraft service. Rent one of our many luxury planes and be prepared to fly in style. Our fleet comes pre-stocked with large variety of cannabis and smoking supplies. All of our flight attendants are cannabis experts. Just let them know what you want and they'll bring it to you rolled and ready to smoke. We even provide a dab bar loaded with more concentrates than you'll know what to do with. So take a seat in our memory foam seats, spark up a fatty, and get ready to literally be in the clouds. Flying High personal aircraft service. We take you to the clouds.
We're rolling the fattest bloods. It's To Be Blunt with PZ.
2B Blunt podcast. We are back. That's right. And joining us right here, Joe the Weed Guy. What's up, man?
Oh, wow. There he is.
Right
there you go, guys.
Now we're talking. He's got the plant ready to go. That is the leaf of everything. Let me salute that shit right now. That is amazing. I love it. I love it. Joe, thank you.
Wonder where I got that.
I don't know. Thank you for... I wonder where. Thank you for joining us, man. It is a privilege to have you on the show. You are somewhat of a legend when it comes to the marijuana scene in Connecticut. And
yeah, I don't know if I'm a legend or infamous, one or the other, but
well, yeah. both if you ask me are good ways to be, you know, good ways to be. And to have you here is like one of the highlights. I am so excited to talk to you. I have so many questions to ask you. Why don't you go ahead first before we dive into this and introduce yourself to our listeners?
All right. I'm Joe LaChance, otherwise known as Joe the Weed Guy. I am the deputy director and the treasurer of Connecticut Normal, which, as you said before, is the advocacy group for legalization here in Connecticut. We're the branch of Normal, which has been around since the 70s. So we've been working on legalization here in Connecticut for 6 years. Also the co-host of Cannabis Corner, which airs on Monday afternoons at 1 o'clock on WNHHLP 103.5 FM. It's also broadcasted live on Facebook. You guys should check that out. Actually, I want to have you on as a guest soon.
Well, absolutely. It would be a privilege.
And then I also run a medical marijuana certification clinic called Canna Health. I'm their Milford office. And we do medical marijuana certifications every Friday. Right now, we're doing them through telemedicine, so you can still get certified for the medical marijuana program. We just do it over the computer. You can do it right from your house. So those are the things I'm working on, as well as smoking a lot of weed now that I'm on coin. So you're trying to keep myself busy.
You're saying if I need to grab a card, you're the guy to see.
Yes.
I did not know prior. I mean, I heard and I read about you running a clinic, but I had no clue that you were going to be the guy that could dish out the hardware. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
We got a doctor on site. Well, she's at our house now, but we have a doctor comes in once a week, and we see about 8 to 10 patients a week. Obviously it's slowed down now, but yeah, we're ready to go. We'll just do you over here.
Wow. Awesome. So let me ask you, how did you get into advocating for marijuana legalization in Connecticut? I know you started out in Cali. What's your story out there, and how did you end up from Cali in Connecticut?
Well, I moved out to Cali in 2009. I got transferred there by my job. And then I lost my job. So I ended up becoming a medical marijuana patient out there. Okay. Because in 2009, they had a medical program. And I saw the industry out there. It was thriving. There was dispensaries on every corner. And I just had a vision of what could be the future for Connecticut. So, I lived out there for about 3 years. I came back here in 2012 because my mom was sick. I'll be honest with you. And I had to take care of her. She had cancer.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Back, I decided that I wanted to get in the industry out here. Obviously, there was no industry out here yet. We had just barely started working on the medical marijuana program. But I got involved with a guy named Mickey Martin and worked at the Northeastern Institute of Cannabis. Actually helped him get that school started and off the ground up in Massachusetts. And that's where I really started getting into advocacy, because during that time they were getting into legalization up there in Massachusetts. And the school was a big part of that. We used to hold the Normal meetings up there. That's what made me get involved in Normal. I got involved with Massachusetts Normal. We used to hold the Normal meetings up there, and I saw that they had success in Massachusetts.
Yep.
So I knew it was possible. So when the school closed, we lost our lease. I decided to down here in Connecticut and do the same thing. And I guess since 2014, we have, every single year made little by little steps towards getting legalization done here in Connecticut. It's been a hard road, and I got to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to happen this year.
Well, what are the chances of it actually eventually happening? I can't believe it's taken this long with Massachusetts and New York and everything around us loosening up on the rules. And we're still I feel like, tightly wound here in Connecticut.
We are. And, part of the problem is up there in Hartford, there's no consensus. So they're very split. So the Democrats want it and the Republicans don't. Curiously enough, the Republicans actually want a version of legalization that is closer to what Vermont did.
Okay.
Which is a home grow, possession being legal, gifting being legal, but no retail sales.
See, I agree in this point that there's almost no reason to continue the talk of legalization if they're not going to include grow rights?
Right. And that's our whole point. You have to have grow rights if you're going to have legalization. I mean, and this whole COVID thing has really proved our point. Because as you know, they made medical marijuana businesses essential businesses.
Which blew my mind. Because how are you going to deem something essential and then at the same time consider it illegal?
Right. That's my point. So this is our newest fight with them. And we're actually, now that, and I heard you mention it earlier, now that he's extending this until May 20th, I think it's time we push for delivery for medical marijuana patients.
I mean, they're already doing it with alcohol now.
Yeah, they're doing it with alcohol, so we might as well push for delivery. So that's our next thing. Since we can't go for legalization right now, we're going to try and get the governor to do an executive order for home delivery, and we're going to try and get home grow for medical patients.
Do you think that since... Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. You can finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think all right. Do you think that since Lamont had deemed it, essential and whatnot, do you think during this period that people's opinions are changing on legalization?
Yes.
And
yes,
why?
I do. Even the left, some of their opinions are changing. Because, a lot of people listen to the mainstream news, and if they're deeming medical marijuana essential, maybe people are starting to think, oh, well, if the governor says it's essential, then maybe it's okay. Yeah, I do think we know in Connecticut that over 75% of people want legalization.
Right.
So why not give the people what they want? And, the more I go up there and the more I talk to legislators, it's really all about politics. And I'm going to be honest with you, the biggest opponents of home grow are the growers and the dispensaries right now who already exist. They're our biggest opposition.
This is true. And not only are now, I feel like medical marijuana is booming right now because there's nothing for anybody to do. So if you're already a patient, you're frequenting the dispensaries all the time.
What's the limit you could pick up per week or per month?
You get 2.5 ounces a month.
Yeah.
2.5. That's enough to last somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll hold you over for sure. No doubt about it. 2.5 ounces. I probably wouldn't even smoke.
The problem is it's super taxed, though. It's like...
No, it's not taxed in Connecticut.
No, but the price is inflated. Like, you're not paying $200 or $250 an ounce.
Well, compared to the black market.
Black market. You are?
Yeah. Ounces are $175.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I thought they were like $300.
Yeah, no, they've lowered the prices. Eighths have gone down to about between 25 and 30 each.
Do that.
So if you have a condition and you have the money to do it, it's definitely worth getting your medical marijuana card. I will say.
See, we used to have it here.
The quality of weed is the greatest, but it's at least that it's been tested. It's got the amount of THC that's in it. You could pick your strains. A lot of different good reasons to be in the medical marijuana program, especially now.
It wasn't like that a couple years ago, though. A couple years ago, my wife still had her card, which we no longer have anymore. One, and I'm going to tell you why. One, because back at that point, the only way we can get it is we'd have to go all the way to fucking Hartford. Because that was the closest dispensary. I'm in Middletown.
In the beginning,
right. So not only that, but it was, like you said, Frank, it was much more expensive. At the same time, I'm like, why am I driving all the way to Hartford? Where my normal weed guy would literally bring it to my house.
Bring it right to your door for half the price.
Yeah, my weed guy would come right to the house, no problem. Like, why am I going to go all the way to Hartford for that? Granted, yes, tested, you know you're getting, you know what you're getting. But, like, for someone like me who's had the same guy for, like, dozen years, it seemed almost like I was throwing more money out than I was, enjoying it, personally.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you got a good, reliable person and you trust them, then stick with it. But the other side of the coin is if you have that medical marijuana card in your pocket and you get pulled over and you have weed on you,
yeah, you're good.
They'll let you go.
Yeah, you're good. It is great just to have that security of being good. It doesn't really matter where your weed came from.
This is true.
Right.
This is true also.
You can't get fucked with.
So and now there's more dispensaries now. We have 16.
Right, which it's changed completely. But
Is
it's
there
also
any
gone.
closer around where we are now.
I think Meriden has one now.
Meriden?
Or they're going to be
Meriden
opening
has
one.
one.
Yeah, see, Meriden's a hop, skip, and a jump from here.
From here, yeah.
That would have been way more
Yeah, they have
convenient.
them. And they're a good dispensary. Problem I'm finding right now is there's not a great selection. I don't know if it's just because people are stocking up, but I found that my dispensary here didn't have the same selection they used to a month ago. You know, it was definitely less.
Oh, I'm sure everyone's bulking up. I mean, have you guys seen an increase of sales because everyone's bulking up on things like weed?
Yes, yeah, oh yeah, the dispensaries, everything's bulk. Everyone's bulking up
I'm
on
sure
everything.
everyone's getting the maximum they can.
Yep.
And just
A lot of people are going
totally-
in there and just picking up their whole amount for the whole month.
Well, that makes
and just
sense.
hanging out.
Being a professional smoker like yourself, I got to ask you now because I know I'm wondering, and the world's probably wondering, what is your favorite strain?
Sour diesel.
Oh yes, my man, sour diesel is exactly
That's a great one.
what I would have said. I'm telling you right now,
Yeah.
that is the best. I love sour diesel, Gorilla Glue, like my top two.
Yeah, sour diesel, GG. They come from the same family. They're really good strains. A lot of people don't because they're a little bit too much sativa. But for me, that's the perfect strain. Or Blue Dream. I like Blue Dream a lot
is good.
myself.
Yeah,
too.
I like Blue Dream.
I haven't had Blue Dream in so
In a
long.
long time, yeah.
I feel like it's been years since anybody's been like, "Oh, I got Blue Dream."
That was a popular one
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, like
On the street,
2015.
you're right.
Yeah, absolutely,
Well,
absolutely.
They still grow Blue Dream at the dispensaries. Every now and then you can get it. They always have it in concentrate form. I'm not going to say it's the same Blue Dream as what you would get from, let's say, a recreational person, but it does the trick. Let's put it that way.
Yep, definitely. And I want the listeners to know if they want to call in and they got questions about joining the medical marijuana program in Connecticut or any kind of questions about cannabis, Joe's the man. Call in 860-384-7110. The phone lines are open. Joe, I mean, so you have a marijuana clinic now. You're offering a way for patients to get their cards and whatnot and be involved in a program. But you also are running what I was called the Go-Go Joe's Emporium.
Oh, yeah, that's in the front of the clinic. So the way we have it set up is it's an event space. So we do the clinics on Friday, but all the other days we have Go-Go Joe's Emporium up front where we serve CBD-infused coffee,
Wow.
CBD-infused tea.
Yep.
We have edibles, sodas. It's pretty much like a little lifestyle place. And then we do events, like meditation events. We do cannabis classes. We do all kinds of other things, paint and sip, paint and toke, all kinds of stuff. But now we're closed. I can't do anything right now.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And where is this located
It is.
again?
It's called The Grove. It's in Bridgeport Avenue in Milford. It's right next door to a store called Bohemian High.
Convenient.
So
That's like a good 1-2 punch.
I don't know. What do they do there?
Gee, what do you think they sell there? So you got the head shop right next door. They sell all the CBD products like the medicinal products. And then they also sell like hippie clothing and stuff. And then right next door, we got the medical marijuana clinics and the event space. So it's a nice little combo. They definitely complement each other well. And we're actually up together. So it's a nice thing we got going.
Great location,
Right now, we're
man.
not.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfect.
That is perfect.
You know,
I feel
it's
like I
like-
got to get down there and get in there, a little paint and
Oh,
toke.
yeah.
Paint and tote.
I want
We've
to
done
hit a paint and
comedy
toke.
shows
Yeah,
down
and then
there.
you get your
It's
bowls, your
fun. Paint
bongs,
and toke,
your
yeah.
hippie clothes. Perfect.
That sounds awesome.
perfect.
One stop.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my co-host Lou is supposed to check in.
I know he's
I
slacking.
sent him the link. Hopefully he will. But he is a hemp farmer here in Connecticut, and that I work with him also. He has a farm called Wepa Hemp Farms.
Is that where you get your
And,
CBD for your products?
Yes, I get all my CBD from him. It's all grown here in Connecticut. It's all
like
processed in Connecticut.
Local.
The coffee is roasted here in Connecticut, and I always use local. I'm a big believer in supporting the local industry.
Right. This guy's bringing you farm to table weed.
Yeah, and there's 120 hemp farmers here in Connecticut. People don't know that. And they're putting out a lot of good CBD products. So, I decided to work with Lou. Obviously, I've known him for a long time. And, I like what he's doing over there. He's got a nice hemp farm up there in Shelton. They also have produce up there. They got cows. They do meat. They got a butcher shop. So he's really got a good little operation going up there.
So out of all the growers in Connecticut, who is your favorite?
No, obviously I'm going to say Lou.
Yeah,
Listen, I mean for like the medical. Speaking of Lou, I think Lou's in the room, but he's sideways. Lou, you got to turn your phone, bro. You got to turn your phone.
There he is.
Turn your
just
phone.
asked who my favorite hemp farmer was in Connecticut, Lou.
Lou, you got to spin your phone, bro, like 45 degrees or something. The other way. You're upside down.
There you go.
No,
There
keep going.
oh, God.
God, we're in trouble.
Up there he is.
Yeah, but he's sideways.
Oh, really? No, he's right side up on my screen.
Now you're upside down.
Oh my God.
Oh, God, we're in trouble. Do a 180, full flip. Do a full flip. There it is. No, you're sideways again.
Come on, you're almost there.
If you keep turning in that direction, you'll be good.
Another 90 degrees.
Come on, brother.
80 degrees.
Right.
You know something, brother. I don't dig it. No, it's all over.
I think we're just gonna have to just do it.
We're all straight.
No, you're sideways. You're not straight, bro. You're crooked as hell.
He's showing up normal on my screen.
No, he's definitely not on the
Yeah,
full
but it
screen.
has to be flipped one time. Just one time. To the right.
To the right.
Just flip your wrist to the right one time. Pick up the phone. Flip your wrist one time.
Keep going. That's the right
He's
direction.
almost there.
You're almost there. Flip it one time.
That's
There
pretty
we
much all right.
go.
Hey, there it is. All right.
There he is. All right.
You're straight now, but you're still bent.
Lou the hemp farmer.
Ben, right?
We got this deputy director of Normal. We got a hemp farmer on the line.
We're getting
Yeah.
bent.
Talking about the 420 edition. I love it.
Hey, we're getting bent.
No, we're already
That's
back. We just want the whole blood of Godfather OG.
What do you got rolling, Lou?
I am smoking. So my favorite strain is pineapple mimosa. It's one of my
Sounds
favorite
fire.
strains because it won the Rhode Island High Times Cannabis Cup. I ran like 20 clones of this, and it was the same strain that won the cup, and it grows amazing and it smokes well. And
Pineapple mimosa.
yeah, so it's always fun to enjoy those favorite strains that you enjoy. And but we grow a lot of hemp as well, and we're a fully integrated CBD company. I'm a medical marijuana patient. I actually use Joe's clinic for my medical marijuana certification. So
There
if
we
you do
go.
have any issues or anything, go check out the Grove and the Milford office there. Other than that, I taught some classes for Joe's education course, and I'm a co-host on his radio show every week.
That's awesome, man. It's awesome. I'm glad you joined in because I was just about to ask Joe a question I'm dying to know about. Because our mutual friend, Dr. Kevin Reese, was talking to me about you. And
Okay.
he had mentioned that you are not only a fan of pro wrestling, but you have ties into the business. Is this right? Do I have this information correct? Because I saw pictures of you with Roddy Piper. I heard that you were friends with Big Dick Johnson.
I can verify all this for you.
And then now that I got my wrestling professional guru, the Scott here, I need to know how the hell you went from cannabis enthusiast to being in wrestling.
No, it's the other way around.
Oh, you
I
started
was
in
a
wrestling?
enthusiast first.
Shut up.
Yes.
Joe loves wrestling.
Me and Lou went to Raw.
Joe, how did you get involved in the wrestling business? And what was your role?
Right.
Because I'm a
I used to
wrestler
live
myself.
in California in the 90s, okay, before I moved back there again in 2009. I actually hooked up with a company out there called XPW. Have you ever heard of them?
Yes, absolutely. I know XPW
Scott,
out of
you know
California.
XPW?
Scott.
It's Extreme Pro Wrestling, right?
Yeah. So I worked with them. I did some interviews with their talent. I did some promotional stuff with them at a club I was promoting. Because I was a club promoter back then. That was what I did. I was a club promoter.
Okay.
And a record promoter. So I brought them in. I started working for them part-time, helping them out. And I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. It was a really crazy time because I don't know if you know about that company, but they were attached to a porn company.
What?
Wow, you have no knowledge.
Yeah,
about
Wrestling
that.
and porn? Joe, keep going.
Scott,
Keep going.
is this right?
Here we go. I'm going to tell you the story.
Let's go.
Wrestling and porn. It was Rob Black.
It's like coming.
He owned Vivid Entertainment or Extreme Video. I'm sure you heard of them. They were
Vivid
really big.
Videos?
Oh, yeah, Vivid Videos, of course.
Vivid Videos?
Everyone knows about
They're the
Vivid.
biggest
He
porn
decided to
site
get
in the
into wrestling
90s.
business.
The double V's.
I feel like I've seen a documentary on this somewhere.
Yes, there was a documentary on it.
Oh, shit,
So I
Scott,
was-
you've seen it. We need to roll another
It's
joint.
like Insane Clown Posse's tied in here somewhere, aren't they?
So part of yes.
Okay.
They were involved with that. Part of the problem was when you go to have
This is a hell of a
meetings with
story.
the guy, you'd go to have meetings with Rob Black, right? But you'd have him in the porno offices, which were also the porno studios. So
Man.
you can imagine some of the things that I got to see.
Oh, I'm sure.
Did you ever get to participate in any of these movies?
No, I didn't really want to once I just saw the people.
Hey, Rob, guess what? I'm not just Joe
I'll
the
be
Weed
honest
guy.
with you, when you see a porn being shot, it kind of changes your perspective on.
So are you friends with Big Dick Johnson, or is that just what your porn name was in California?
No, Big Dick Johnson I met out here. So what happened was after I left California, XPW was a lot of fun, but eventually they closed. They got in a lot of trouble. Rob Black got in a lot of trouble for distributing porn over state lines and stuff. So they ended up
That's a
closing.
thing.
Came back to Connecticut.
You can't cross your
and I
videos
decided
over
I wanted
lines.
to get in the industry. And I started working for a wrestling school in Milford.
Which one?
And at the time, I was working for Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
I went there also.
And you did?
Yeah, I'm a graduate of the Connecticut School of
That's right.
Broadcasting.
Peasy was there.
In 07 to 08, that was my year there. What
okay,
wrestling
so
school
that's how
did
you
you
know
work
Kevin.
with in Milford?
You worked where?
No, which wrestling school were you part of in Milford?
Oh, it was called the NAWF.
NAWF. Scott, does that ring a bell?
Honestly, doesn't.
But anyway, yeah, they were a small
Before your
company.
time.
But what it did was gave me the intro into the business. Eventually, I ended up starting my own company. It was
What?
called Connecticut Championship Wrestling. We promoted a ton of shows. Yeah, you could look it up on the internet.
Wow.
We had a little
CCW.
Yeah,
Connecticut Championship.
Yeah, we
Wrestling.
promoted tons. We had tons of shows. We used to do them every month. My first champion was like Matt Stryker.
Okay.
I booked you, Snuka, Brutus Beefcake, Paul Orndorff. Paul Roma was my commissioner.
Paul Roma, of
Wow.
course. Now not working with NAW, or not NAW, PAPW,
Yeah,
sorry.
APW.
Right. So, and Big Dick Johnson was a student at Connecticut School of Broadcasting. So, Big Dick Johnson started out his, believe it or not, with Connecticut Championship Wrestling. And he was an interviewer, and he used to interview the talent for me. After he graduated, we helped him get a job over there, and he became Big Dick Johnson. That was it. He took it from there, man. He got on the writing team. He started out as an intern over there, got on the writing team, and obviously being friends, and you know, I was able, he used to get me backstage. I was actually on Raw once.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah, I was on a Raw with DX in like a barbecue segment they did.
Oh, shit.
Sick.
Oh, yeah, he
Big
got me in
fans of
WrestleMania.
DX.
I got into backstage parties. Like you said, Roddy Piper, all those different guys. I've met them all. It was fun. It was fun.
So you partied with these guys, huh? That's
What's that?
sick. You've been able to party with these guys? You have any like crazy story of anyone that stands out?
I partied with Sid. I partied with Abyss. Jimmy Snuka was so freaking out of it. I mean, all he did was drink and smoke weed before he went out there and did his match.
Wow.
That's great.
That's why all he did
That's
was
the life.
Jake the Snake was freaking crazy.
Well, we all know that.
That was where he could get some dope. I said, all I have is weed. He goes, weed is for pussies. I want.
Oh, wow! Whoa! Jesus!
Who said that? Jake?
Jake the Snake.
I mean, yeah, he was.
For that hard stuff.
Oh my God, yo! Jake the Snake's going in backstage. You know, he probably walks in. He'd be like, "Hey, you want some weed?" And he'd be like, "Weed."
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit!
I mean, we're talking pre DDP yoga, Jake the Snake.
That's
here,
right, of course.
Yes, that guy, right. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. But what happened was I ended up moving out to California in 2009. So I actually merged my company with NEW. You've heard of them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wrestling. And a lot of the guys that used to work for me work for him now.
Joe, I
Like
remember
Brian
you
Anthony,
from.
he was my champ.
Joe, I remember you from Power and Glory Wrestling. I think that's when I first saw you.
Yeah,
You used to be
PGW. That's the one that came out. That's the one that merged with NEW.
Finally,
Wow, here it
finally
comes.
connect the pieces.
Oh, I might as well just turn my mic off and sit back. Forget it.
No,
Stop.
I was one of the. I guess you called us the traveling Adonises. One of the Kurt Adonis fans that used to come to all the shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you were a ring announcer there in PGW, right?
Fucking Scott.
Yes, I was the ring announcer and the promoter, just like Vince was.
I love,
Doing it all.
I
I love
love
it.
commentary. I love
Yes,
it.
I
I
was
love
the ring
hearing this
announcer.
story about you, man.
What's that?
I love hearing this story about you, Joe. Joe is Joe the activist, Joe the weed guy. I know he loves wrestling, and he does a bunch of awesome things, but I want to hear more of these stories.
Well, yeah, I've heard the stories about the music business.
Dude, Joe, I think we're going to have you on again.
For a second.
You know, for a
Music
follow-up
business is
interview.
Another one.
It's 420 all month. So.
It's 420. So, I mean, we would love to have you back on
I
because
smoked weed with Coolio.
listen, oh my God. Should we just let it keep going? I mean, you want to keep rolling with this? We can keep rolling with this.
Yeah, I did.
Scott's probably going to be upset, though, if he doesn't get a no selling.
Listen, that's all right. When I get home, I'm going to look at this DX barbecue segment because I think I know the date of it, and I'm going to find it.
You smoked weed with
I'll be
Coolio?
in there. You got to look hard, but I'm there.
You smoked weed with Coolio.
We got to get Coolio on
Yes.
the show.
Dude,
I smoked weed with Sid and Abyss, a bunch of wrestlers too. But
We got to get him on the show. We got to put him on our target.
I want to
list.
have him on just to talk about the music business now. We talked cannabis. We talked wrestling.
I'll tell you some stories about the music business. Everything you ever heard about it is true.
That's a good start.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
That's a good
All the
start.
nasty stories you hear, they're all true.
Listen,
That's the reason I got out of it and went into wrestling.
Now he works in the weed business.
that's right. I mean, it's quite the jump you've made. You got quite the story, man. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Joe, I definitely need to have you on again. We got to talk more. It's been such a pleasure speaking with you guys.
We'd like to have you on our show.
Oh, absolutely. Just give me a call. You got my
You're
number.
available Mondays. I'll send you a link. We just do a Zoom meeting. You
Yeah.
can just pop right in
Boom.
and come in and chat with us if you want.
I'm in. Let's do this. I love it, guys. Make sure you catch at the Grove in Milford to get all
And I
your...
think you can have Lou on too. By himself sometime.
That's right. Well, Lou's already
Joe,
smoking.
I'm having more fun with you. We've been doing this.
He's
journey
been
for the
smoking
last couple
pineapple
years.
mimosa.
Pineapple mimosas, yo.
Hang out with you, brother.
Thank you
Yeah,
you
this
guys for
sounds great,
coming
man.
on the
I'm
show.
glad you guys had me on. It's during this quarantine, it's been not easy. I got to tell you, it's been real tough. And to go out and do these shows and spread the word is very important. So I really appreciate you guys having me on, having Lou on, and what you're doing and keeping this going. And we'd like to have you on our show so we can keep it going. And maybe we can just pop up and do a big giant sesh on 420.
Well, listen,
That'd be dope.
that
A
would
big
be
room
sick.
set.
That would be sick. Definitely. We're about it.
We'll be
Definitely.
in touch for sure.
Yeah. Thank you
All right,
for
guys.
coming on, guys. We appreciate having you on. Make sure you check out Cannabis Corner to hear more from Joe and Lou. And when we come back, we're going to do a little no selling with the sky as a way to segment because we just talked a whole lot of wrestling at the end of that.
Yeah.
And the phone lines are open, so make sure you call in right here on the 2B Blunt podcast. Whether you're looking for laughs,
Now he's throwing chairs and he's saying elbow shots, but after throwing them, he's like, fuck you, Marco Scott.
looking for surprises,
Sports.com, Alex Jones here with no degenerate globalist and prominent cannabis enthusiast, PZ.
wait a second, or simply looking to get lit with some of your friends.
Let's get ready to smoke it!
Then tune in to 2B Blunt with Peasy, Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time live on Facebook and 2bbluntpodcast.com.
Stock up on TP, cause we're the shit. It's To Be Blunt with Peasy.
And now, bringing you the best and worst of pro wrestling today. The smartest mark in the building. He is the Scott.
Yes, sir. The Scott's back with another edition of No Selling the Scots. Excuse me, because I got to crack another one for this.
Oh, me too. I'm going to crack one with you, Scott. Let's give it an oh, hell yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Not over the board, though. Over to the side. I don't trust you. By the time this guy's done pouring, I'll be done with this beer.
All right. I'll drink out of the can while I wait for that foam to settle. All right, so we got no beginning of MLB season, right? We didn't get a Final Four this past weekend. But you know who did deliver this weekend? Vinnie Mac. Vince McMahon, right?
That's right.
He delivered us a WrestleMania during a pandemic, okay? Now, we know Edge and Orton, they have different versions of grit, right? But Vinnie Mac's got more grit than both of them put together.
Oh!
Because
wow!
He gave us some entertainment, some sports entertainment during this pandemic, and it was 2 nights because it was too big for just one night. So, let's talk about it. What was lit? And I gotta say it, guys. I thought WrestleMania was lit. Now, it's up to you. I guess a lot of people, we lowered our expectations, right? We were like, oh, WrestleMania is going to suck. So depending on where your expectations were for WrestleMania, I thought they delivered. And there were specific matches in general that definitely did deliver for us, and they were kind of out of the box. They weren't your traditional wrestling match. They were more like, I'd like to call them a movie match. So
the movie match?
Yes, the movie matches. So, like, WrestleMania this year was supposed to be in Tampa. It was in the Performance Center. Next year it's in Hollywood, but if you tell me something, they did Hollywood a year early, if you ask me. All right?
Oh, man.
I love it.
There were a lot of matches. There were 16 matches. Wait, no, 18 with the pre-show. Wait, do we count the movie matches? Do those count as matches?
I mean, I would say so,
Yeah,
Scott.
but those were like the highlights of WrestleMania.
Right, so, but then there's the 24/7 title changes. Oh, and then Big Show and Drew McIntyre, was that at Mania, or was that at Raw? Was it a dark match? I don't fucking know. But anyway, there was a lot of matches. But anyway, spreading it across 2 nights helped ease all that for us, I think. So, night 1 standouts I gotta talk about. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, right? That was a match I've talked about before. They weren't on this list. I think they were on the shit list because I was getting tired of seeing them every week.
The shit list.
And I think this was the blow-off, hopefully. But they had a solid match. I was very disappointed, though, when I heard ring the bell, Rollins is disqualified, and I was like, they can't do this at WrestleMania. I was like, there has not been a disqualification at WrestleMania since Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler, okay?
Is this a fact?
And you can look it up.
I might have to check it. I might have to check it.
So,
that's a long time.
I only did like 30-second research on that, so if I spend all night about it, maybe I can find something else. But anyway, so, but it was a DQ swerve, so, the match continued, no holds barred. We saw a big spot where Kevin Owens jumped off the WrestleMania sign onto Seth Rollins. And I was trying to figure out, how the hell did they get that sign inside the Performance Center?
That's a really good question, actually.
Like, I don't get it.
They probably built it piece by piece.
I mean, yeah, unless if
inside.
it's like 8 different pieces or something like the SmackDown fist that was brought in later for the Firefly Funhouse. But we'll get to that.
Maybe it was.
So, another night 1 standout. We had Braun Strowman and Goldberg, right? Braun Strowman, the surprise challenger for the Universal Championship, was originally supposed to be Roman Reigns. Last second, changed to Braun Strowman, who recently this week, he said in an interview that he, about 24 hours before, he got notified that he was going to be in the match. They were like, listen, changes have taken place. We need you here. He was actually he decided, I guess he said he owns property somewhere out like Midwest. I forget where it was, but
Iowa, Idaho,
somewhere like that. So he was driving out there, and he gets a call, and he was like almost there, and they were like, "Yeah, where are you at? We're gonna send a jet to you. Be on it 9 p.m. and we're gonna take you back to Orlando." And sure enough, yeah. And then he was.
Is that really
there.
the story?
That's that's from his mouth.
That. Yeah, I saw that on the internet as well.
Wow.
You know if that was lit? The title change?
You know what? Honestly, like, I mean, it's 2020. Like, why have Goldberg still with the title? Like,
why even give him the title in the first place?
Exactly.
And you heard all the rumors today and yesterday about him having all this blowback backstage after WrestleMania.
Goldberg?
Yeah.
Those reports seem to always surface about Goldberg, but I don't know. But surprise new Universal Champion Braun Strowman, less than 10 moves, I'd say, in that entire match.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
so
out of
short.
Those 10 moves, a lot of them were multiples. But Braun finally got the big one after a very stop-and-go career. It looked like a couple years ago he had the rocket ship attached to him, but never seemed to get to the top of the mountain, or, as we like to say, reach that brass ring, brother.
Then it never did, and then all of a sudden they gave it to him so fucking randomly, bro, that I can't even get behind it.
It was. I mean, he just won the Intercontinental title. 2 months ago, and now he's the Universal Champ.
Good for him, man. He deserves it.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Great to see where it goes after this. We'll see what happens.
But it's funny that he got that title after being in the same room as you in the Corona room at the beginning of the Corona
that's right.
pandemic.
Yeah.
He was in the
WrestleMania pandemic, and here he is, Braun Strowman champion.
The Corona room.
Maybe the Scott had something to do with it.
Maybe. I mean, we were in the Corona room.
At the
You are right.
beginning of the pandemic.
Literally, it was probably the last convention that probably happened. It was on a Saturday, and then that following Wednesday is when President Trump
hit the fan.
Banned all travel, and then every autograph signing that like is in existence got canceled after that.
So that proves, man, you could go to the Corona, fight out, and come to the top of the mountain and hold that championship up high and get these hands.
Oh my god, I know that, but it was so random, bro. Like no build up, no nothing.
Is what we did. But anyway, so the other big thing that came out of night one, and of course I got to save this for last, is the Boneyard match. Okay. Ooh. We went into this, I didn't even know what a Boneyard match was. Thought maybe Buried Alive, which it kind of was, but it was completely different. It wasn't done in a ring, okay? I'm going to say the production was epic, okay? It was a fucking movie, and it was great. I loved every second of it.
Loved it, man. It was great.
It was so good.
Deserves an Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
Everything different than what we're used to seeing, and if you're a lifelong wrestling fan like me, like you guys here, like, it was absolutely great. It's great to see something different, and it's great to see something different that is also awesome. For a match that didn't have a Styles clash, that didn't have, Undertaker walk those ropes and do old school. No phenomenal forearms were in here, okay? That match still fucking delivered, okay?
On every level.
Every level.
It was so good.
The intros were fire.
Him coming in a motorcycle to Metallica.
AJ Styles coming in the
AJ laughing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was it, bro.
It was so good, man. The zoom in on the boots with the fog and the smoke. It was just...
They really slayed the production on that shit.
And he came out to Metallica. They already edited it on Raw when they were doing highlights, though. The Metallica song was out. But
you got to pay for that.
Yeah, that's right? So, but with that setup in that environment, they could do no wrong. And I mean, it helps Undertaker. It hides all his weaknesses. Obviously, at his age, he looked like he could still go in there. And it was awesome. And who knows, maybe we could see more Boneyard matches in the future.
Dude, all I gotta say is that scene where AJ Styles thought he had the match won and had Undertaker in the grave and he gets on the tractor.
It just appears behind
him. And then the light comes out behind and there's Taker standing there all fucking badass ready to go. Bro, that shit was so fucking fire.
And the music that they had with it, too, was just absolutely incredible.
The background music?
My favorite part is when everyone surrounded him and it looked like he was fucked. And he just
the Druids?
Yeah, the Druids. And he's like, all right, we gonna do this? Let's do this.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
And that
was like some John Wick / Undertaker shit. He just fucking laid everyone out.
I love the fact that we got, like, a lot of fans have been clamoring for years and years and years. We did it for years when Undertaker was the American Badass, and we said, oh, when's the Dead Man coming back? And then he came back, and now everybody's like, when are we going to see American Badass again? And I think that's the closest you're going to get, but that was fucking badass. No pun intended. Pun intended. Fuck it.
Bro, I mean, I was satisfied with that.
Just the narration between the two of them while they're fighting was just incredible too.
So
just
good.
Talking shit. Say my wife's name again, AJ. What's her name? What's her name? I'm old now, huh? Say I'm old. It was just like fucking
It
great.
was absolutely incredible. And who knows? Maybe down the line we might see more boneyard matches, and maybe that Undertaker Sting match that everybody's been clamoring for the last like 20 years. It could happen if it's a boneyard match. It'll protect both guys. So it'd be amazing just to see it if we, at the end of the day, if we get nothing out of Undertaker and Sting, maybe we get a boneyard match. But the joke going around the weekend, though, was that this segment was helped produced by Jeremy Borash. He was there. So the joke going around was AJ Styles main eventing WrestleMania in Orlando in a Jeremy Borash produced match. Looks like TNA got the victory here.
Wow.
Listen, they might have.
In front of nobody.
But with the no selling, right? That was a lot of lit, and that was just night one of WrestleMania. But I got to talk about some shits about WrestleMania that kind of sucks. So the lack of crowd noise, right? We knew it was going to happen. There wasn't going to be any crowd noise.
Sorry, Scott.
Someone's calling in.
Oh, we're calling in right now?
Maybe someone's trying to stump you.
They didn't like me talking about the shits?
2B Blood Podcast. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, guys? Calling from Connecticut there. This is Mike from the Top Rope Report podcast. How we doing?
Hey, how's it going, Mike?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
Not much. I just wanted to talk to you guys what you think about WrestleMania.
Well,
Scott's telling you all about it right now.
That's what we're talking about right now. So
I just tuned in.
Tuned in. So I was actually just about to get into the stuff I didn't like. Before I was just talking about night one and the great things I liked. Obviously, the Boneyard match was absolutely
match
awesome.
Stole the show.
Yeah, let me ask you though, what did you think about the Boneyard match?
Well, if I talked about everything that I didn't like about WrestleMania, I'd probably be talking for 2 hours.
You must have
first night.
Oh, sorry. You must have not lowered your expectations though. Then, huh? I mean, a lot of people lowered their expectations for WrestleMania.
I mean, it was okay without a crowd.
I can't get into it without the crowd, bro.
The only match I could get into was the Undertaker match.
And then the Fiend, Firefly.
The Firefly Funhouse was great. And also the Last Man Standing was phenomenal as well.
Yeah, but that was
the Last Man Standing match was amazing. That's got to be in the running for match of the year.
So I thought it was great. Do you think it went too long at all though? I mean, they had some time in that match.
Not at all, dude. I was so captivated in that match because that's pretty much the only thing I wanted to watch. I mean, I tried to watch the other shit. I couldn't get into it. So when there was finally something that fully captivated my attention from beginning to end, I was all in, and I was like, damn.
How often are you guys on?
Every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, live.
Every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern?
Yep.
All right, great. You guys can listen to my podcast every Sunday, 10 a.m. on TalkShoe.com on... What's that?
Said wake and bake on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, TalkShoe.com. We're on Anchor. We're on 1640 PWPR, Pro Wrestling Podcast Radio. You guys tune in. It was great talking to you, and enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you.
All right,
have a good one.
Later.
All right, appreciate the call. Now we're going to get back into the shits. All right, so the things that was wrong with WrestleMania. So the lack of crowd noise, it was shown watching WrestleMania more so than I noticed on the no crowds for the Raws and the SmackDowns, right? But on night two, that Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley match, okay, sounded like if you were watching a porn in the other room, okay? Now, on night one, PZ orchestrated a Zoom call for all of us.
Zoom call.
If you would have did the Zoom call on a night two, because I know PZ wasn't watching WrestleMania, he was just doing his Zoom call. If you would have did it on the second night, you would have been like, Scott, what are you doing over there? You watching porn? Like, that's what you would have asked me, because all those groans and everything that Charlotte and Ripley were making, like, that's what it sounded like. But that's what the crowd takes out of it for you. Every match had grunts. There's a lot of wheezing. You could hear them. And what was weird is the replays. Whenever they showed a replay of something, you could hear Michael Cole's commentary in the replay. So you'd actually hear him all over again, which was interesting.
Listen, Scott, all right? First off, before you start talking shit about the audio production, we're in a quarantine, all right? doing this shit digital is the only way to do shit.
Yeah.
You're going to run into problems. I mean, just look at our show from tonight.
I mean, yeah.
In the connections, but this is everywhere. All the radio shows are doing these.
Shit was all pre-taped.
Well, somebody I was texting.
I mean, you're right. They could have edited that shit out. You're right.
WrestleMania was pre-taped.
Well, somebody's fucking lazy then.
All right. Well, somebody I was texting said they didn't hear all the whatever we heard tonight for the technical difficulties. But anyway, but I get it. So anyway, I gotta get back to what's lit. So I'm gonna talk about WrestleMania Night 2. That's right. WrestleMania lit is too big for one portion of No Selling of the Scott. Just like WrestleMania was too big for one night. So I got to break it up into 2 segments here. So let's talk about Night 2 of WrestleMania. Yes, Edge and Orton. We were just touched on it briefly. Went long, but damn it, I was so happy to see Edge come back, right? After a 9-year absence. They ended up using the entire Performance Center in that match. Used it to their advantage. I think I could have went without the segment in the gym or that portion of the match.
You're one of the dudes that's complaining about this.
But it went to your head. Like the first thing you thought about was Benoit.
It only went to the Scott's head.
Why do you have to associate that with that?
All right.
I mean,
listen,
if you were like tied up in a wrestling match, you would use that as your advantage. I mean, dudes tie each other up all the time back in the day. What's the big
I'm
deal?
sounds
sorry,
so
but
bad.
That's the first thing you think of. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on. Let's move on to the Firefly Funhouse. Okay, yowie wowie. Okay, this was the movie match. All right. But let me tell you, when I watched this match, I felt like I was in the 2B Blunt Studios. All right, because I thought I was high watching this. Okay. Dude, but it was absolutely amazing. If you didn't like the Firefly Funhouse, you either A, haven't been watching WWE very long, or B, you didn't open your mind enough to think like you would watching an actual movie, okay? This could have been far worse in front of a crowd. The way they did it was just absolutely amazing. Bray speaks the truth about how Cena's a bully. He's done it in the past. He's done it on Twitter. He's blasted Lance Archer about his tramp stamp tattoos. He's blasted on Raw Dolph Ziggler about having a body like a 12-year-old girl. He's blasted Roman Reigns for violating the wellness policy. And Bray brought that all out about how Cena's such a bully. And I love the lines he did. He brought out the Nikki Bella line, "You can look, but you can't touch," to Cena when he kept ducking his slaps. Absolutely amazing. And, I mean, I marked out hardcore when the Vince puppet said, "This is such good shit." Okay?
That's right.
That was absolutely amazing. I can't believe they did that. And now there's a t-shirt. Such good shit t-shirt.
That's right.
But
Definitely Vince.
At the end of it, it was 6 years ago, most overhyped, overprivileged, overvalued WWE superstar, and you thought he was talking about Brady the whole time, but he wasn't. He was talking about himself. And when you figure it all out at the end of that match, it's like mind fucking blown, okay? Anyway, after that, Drew McIntyre had his big moment, okay? He defeated Brock Lesnar, okay? He had his big match. Oh my god, I'm looking
in front of nobody.
I'm trying to find my notes. In front of nobody, he did it. And but then
God fucked them up.
Then no, you're fine. I'm gonna get into the shits now, because then after the match, he has his moment, and Big Show comes out. The fucking Big Show, the guy that's only had like one match all year at the beginning of the year on Monday Night Raw.
His Netflix
why
show
would he come out?
Because his Netflix show is premiering.
I guess so, but like, why would Big Show come out? Why would Drew come back out in front of the audience, or in front of the lack of an audience? To nobody. Why would he come back out? Was 7 foot tall Big Show fucking hiding backstage and with a skeleton crew and nobody saw him? All right, and then he had a ref like he was bringing him out for like the 24/7 title and doing it with the WWE Championship. The only good part about Raw was Bianca Belair debuted, but god damn it, we had 3 fucking matches out of 1 fucking match with everything that went on with the Street Profits and Zelina Vega's crew.
That's right, and then combine them both.
Yeah,
what a mess.
That's all they had.
So anyway, no selling with the Scott. We'll be back next week, and we'll see when this post-pandemic wrestling world continues. Tune in next week.
Things that were lit though, you forgot were probably NXT, the Gargano, Ciampa.
Yeah, no, I wanted to get into that, but Peasy's over here counting me down.
The Jericho.
I'll save it for next week.
Was money too.
Oh, absolutely. I had that in my notes.
Best thing that happened.
We'll be right back with Hazy, Instagram influencer, to tell us what her favorite recommended glasses are for you to smoke your loud out of right here on the 2B Blood Podcast.
Bada boom, realest one in the room. To the rhythm. Right now, you are tuned in to 2B Blood, the realest podcast in the room. How you doing?
It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked. Army sending trucks. You don't really know why, but anyone that coughs try ripping someone's head off. No human contact. And if you interact, that corona your contract. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. Keep 6 feet away. I'm tired of the stay home, stay safe bullshit. I think you better quit coughing up shit, or you'll be leaving with that COVID. I'm tired of the stay home, stay safe bullshit. I think you better quit coughing up shit. It's just one of those days. Drink a bunch of champagne, Zoom meetings all day. Now blow cocaine. Damn right I'm a maniac. You better watch your back, cause I smoked up all this loud pack. You acting stuck up. You just lucked up. Next in line to get fucked up. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. Keep 6 feet away. I'm tired of the stay home, stay safe bullshit. I think you better quit coughing up shit, or you'll be leaving with the COVID. I'm tired of the stay home, stay safe bullshit. I think you better quit coughing up shit, punk, and get COVID. You feel like shit. My suggestion is to keep your distance, cause right now you're contagious. We've all felt like shit, but I ain't playing that shit. Cause all you motherfuckers, you wanna step up. Hope you know I pack the Lysol. I spray your ass, dog. And then my day keeps going this way. This might get this shit tonight. I pack the Lysol. I spray your ass, dog. And then my day keeps going this way. This might get this shit tonight. I pack the Lysol. I spray your ass, dog. And then my day keeps going this way. This might get this fucking shit tonight. Give me something to spray. Give me something to spray. Just give me something to spray. About your fucking face. Hope you know I packed the Lysol. What? The Lysol. What? The motherfucking Lysol. What? So come and get it. I'm tired of the stay home, stay safe bullshit. I think you better quit coughing up shit, or you'll believe it with that COVID. I'm tired of the stay home, stay safe bullshit. I think you better quit coughing up shit, punk, and get COVID.
Grab your weed. It's time to roll up. It's To Be Blunt with PZ.
To Be Blunt Podcast, we are back, and joining us right here, Instagram influencer, cannabis enthusiast, Hazy, right from Instagram. What is going on, Hazy?
Hey, what's up?
I'm glad you could join us tonight. Another Thursday night here. We're smoking a joint. I hope you're high too, because that's the only way we roll with this show.
Absolutely.
The only way you could do it these days.
Absolutely. And we're going to go through a bunch of your favorite smoking glass pieces, correct?
For sure.
Hazy's known for reviewing cannabis and cannabis devices and all kinds of anything related to cannabis, pretty much on Instagram. She is known as the Stoned Billy Mays, baby. So, Hazy, why don't you go through and tell our listeners what they should be using right now for smoking cannabis?
All right. Well, right here we have some of the Vitae. I've been using a lot of the Vitae as far as the glass bongs. They also work really good with electric connects, things like that, G-pens. I do like Daily High Club pieces just because they're so original. There's different ones.
Can I tell you, I'm a subscriber of the Daily High Club.
There's the shelf.
I wish I could show you. There's a shelf behind us right now that's filled with like at least a dozen plus glass pieces from Daily High Club.
It was baller. And they're like different. They have different montages. There's another box that I frequent. They're called Happy Blaze box. They're pretty dope. They have a lot of glass pieces, but they're going to be like really thick glass. So
see, I haven't tried that. I've actually done, the only other box I've tried is Hemper.
I love Happy Blaze box. The reason why I love Happy Blaze box is because they got like everything. Like they've got candy, they've got like dab taps they'll throw in there. They'll throw like moose lab pieces. They'll throw like all kinds of different things in the boxes. They're like one of my all-time favorite boxes. I've done several different unboxings for them. They've got a 420 box out right now. It's actually a limited edition box. It's one of their pricey boxes, but we're all at home. We're all in quarantine. So their limited 420 box is actually probably about this big. You can see
What?
Yeah. It came with an entire beaker bong. Like, it was so baller. I'll actually show it to you. Hold on.
Because I think I need to try to get this month's box then.
Yeah, it's so awesome. If you look on my Instagram, me and my husband actually, we did the unboxing of it. I think is the beaker bong down here? It's up here. Okay, never mind. Just kidding.
I can't wait to see it. If it's really that big, I need to get down on that.
Yeah, man, I gotta start subscribing to some boxes.
You're missing out. You don't have any box.
Okay, so this is the bong that came in that box.
What? It's huge.
What? That
Yes.
is chunky.
This is a subscription box, limited edition, 420. It's for their month of April, but there's limited amounts of them.
We might hit ourselves.
How big? How much is that? Is the box for that one?
$125, but it also comes with joint papers and candy, and there was all kinds of other stuff in it. There was a really sick glass bowl piece, and I think it's downstairs. My husband's using it. It was like a big Hetty's glass, almost looking like thing. It was pretty dope.
I mean, it's worth it. The price.
Yeah,
I get a new bong, and it's 420 all month, so I might as well try.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, well, first of all, we're in quarantine, so you have nothing else to do but treat yourself.
I've been
So let's do that.
so much, triple the amount.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I stocked up before we got locked down, and I'm like, I almost don't know what to do with all the weed I have right now. I'm like trying to smoke it. We smoke big blunts every Thursday during the show too, but otherwise, like, I'm glad I made that call. That's a doomsday prepper move right there.
Exactly. If you know anything, if you've watched any of my content, I'm huge in like horror movies and stuff like that. So I love like these these custom type pieces. This is an eyeball. It's like an eye socket. Oh, that was so dope.
Oh my God. Where's the mouthpiece at? I saw the end was curved. Oh, sick.
Isn't that awesome? I haven't smoked out of it yet just because it's like the nostalgia, man, but
that's like a good Halloween gimmick, you know?
Yeah.
That's sick.
And then this one I have smoked out of. I like it. It's a little carrot bowl.
Oh my
I love
God.
stuff that's shaped like food because I like food. So
Oh my God.
We're huge foodies over here.
My dog's favorite toy is literally a carrot with its arm crossed, and it says like "I don't carrot" or some shit.
Right.
That's like his favorite piece. He loves that toy.
Found the carrot dabber too. So
Oh my God. You got a whole set there. That's sick.
Right.
I think I need
You
one.
guys already know all about. Ooh, this is okay. So this is one of my all-time favorite bongs. I got this last year for Halloween, and its name is David S. Pumpkins.
Oh.
Yeah.
You really know she smokes weed when she names her pieces. You know?
Right, that's what I'm saying. How many great names have we come up with for all my, my
You
old
have
ones?
to name your
That's the best part. You have to name your piece once you get it. It's like the rule.
Absolutely.
Do you name all your pieces or just your favorites?
So this is my favorite. This is
Oh my
probably
God, look at that thing.
Isn't it gorgeous?
That is sick. What is that wrapped around the
It looks
stem,
like
though?
a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh my God, it is. Dude, I need that. Where's that from? Who makes
It's
that?
Noble Glass. Noble Glass makes them. That it's so baller. I love it. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, if you check out Noble Glass, they've got them like different colors. Like I said, I like Halloween, so I chose that one.
It's like one of my favorite holidays.
Yeah. The V-tie pieces, you guys know about V-tie, right?
Actually, I'm not very familiar.
I have no idea about that.
Okay. So the V-tie pieces, these are those. And you can actually stack them. So, like, these are interchangeable, these perks and things like that.
What?
And then these rings you can take off. And then you can like, I can add this onto this and just make it bigger type
Wow. So
situation.
You can make like a 10-foot bong right now.
Yes. Yeah, if you just keep buying the perks.
It's amazing. Why did I not know
Dude,
these kind of things exist?
Yeah, I know.
This is why I'm so glad we had her on. We need a professional up in here. Jesus. bongs that you can build as you go. I mean, that's just like the most amazing thing.
Building blocks.
They're gorgeous pieces
Lincoln
too.
Log.
They're beautiful. Just they have so many different of the styles of the bases, and then they have the different perks. Really great company, amazing customer service too. So that was a win. Trying to think of any other glass pieces that I have up here. The only thing else that I have is the like whole curio cabinet I have downstairs. And
I don't think she can see it though. I got a cactus I'm smoking out of now.
That's dope.
The camera if you want.
I see it. I see it now. I'm kind of blind. Sorry about that. My bad.
Yeah. This is another theme.
Small kid, wet behind the ears and whatnot.
For me, like I'm more of a flower person. I feel like
100%,
because I like to smoke a lot, and I feel like if I like start doing dabs, and I'm like, that's like I do a couple and I'm done.
For me, it's like you do a dab, it's like 5 minutes and you're done. At least when you smoke a blunt or a bong, you could just chill on it and puff it as you please.
It's also very true.
Dabs, got to torch it up. It's such a pain in the ass.
Unless you have an e-rig.
That's
now I will say, like, e-rigs are baller. I love them. Like, I used the Focus for a very long time. I've got the Candy Pen. It's pretty good. Really loving the Wooka that's out right now by Buddy Leaf.
Okay.
That one's pretty baller. I'm loving that one. I've been puffing on that one. Like I said, I have the G-Pin Connect. I love the G-Pin Connect. That is awesome. But the Roam is on its way to me. But I will say that the Wooka and the G-Pin Connect, as far as electric rigs, are my favorites as of right now. Yeah.
I feel like the electric rigs are changing the game. Like you literally have to like press a button and then the thing's like ready to go.
Yeah, you don't have to heat anything up. It's temperature controlled. Like you have several different sessions you can do, so your concentrate actually lasts longer because of the temperature control. It's pretty baller.
That's sick. And that's the
I
new
can
thing.
get behind that.
Yeah.
I see them smoking it on the Wiz Khalifa smokeout.
Really?
People calling in smoking the E-Pen, yeah.
These little guys are better priced. These are some electric rigs from Dab Tech. They do like all these really cool, funky looking rigs to them. I think they're really neat. So they're at probably a smaller price than your Wooka or your Focus. And then X-Vape makes the Vista. I do like the Vista too.
There you go. That could be right up your alley, Frank. You might be changing lanes.
No, I need to get a bong. I need to get a big buildable bong like that.
You need one of them stacking bongs?
Yeah.
Because that really was where
I
might still blow from that.
This one's pretty cool. This is my piece from Diamond Glass. And then it's got this attachment to it where you can put just the concentrates in here. And it's almost like a nectar collector type thing.
Oh, wow.
But it's
that
a bong.
Is sick. Yeah, look at that thing. That would kill me. I feel like if I hit that, I'd die. I mean, look at the size of that thing.
Yeah.
For a dabs off that, I swear to God, my lungs will collapse right here on the spot.
One dab.
Worse than the coronavirus. Fucked up, yo. Respiratory problems for life.
For sure. I will say I can't take like massive dabs, nor do I really want to, like gram dabs and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'll take my fair share, but taking like a massive one in one sitting, I don't know. I feel like I'm wasting my dab.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, though.
I have baby lungs when it comes to taking dabs. Man. I could take the tiniest thing, I just choke up.
You got little baby lungs? You're going to admit that right here on the podcast.
Yeah, when it comes to taking dabs, I can't do it. I could smoke a blunt or a joint or a bowl. Flower, no problem, but concentrate chokes me up. Every time.
That's devastating.
Have you tried the like the Yokan concentrate pens?
No, not those ones. No. I use like the G pens and whatnot. Those G pens like my favorite when it comes to the pens.
Okay, got you back here. Sorry. Okay, so this one is their Evolve. They've got a bunch of these different ones. So they've got like a Zeus. They've got an Evolve. This one has the Red Rum handprints on it.
That's sick.
Huge Halloween fan.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, everything's themed Halloween. I'm digging it though.
You got that thing hanging on a keychain? What is that?
Oh, it's a lanyard.
You got,
so, yeah.
a lanyard with her keys and her vape pen. That shit's sick.
Hell yeah.
That's what I need.
And then my little dab scoop, man, like, you've got to be travel ready.
That thing's sick. And what's that run for?
This one, actually, these are really great price. These are anywhere between $50 to $80, just depending on what size you're going to get.
That's not bad.
No, not at all. Discount code Hazy15.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
There you go. Hazy15, if you guys want to grab one. I mean, I'm about to use it myself.
Yeah, for sure. I
those.
love Yocan. I will say that they have some of the best portability when it comes to like concentrate pens and things like that. Huge fan of Yocan.
No, I haven't heard that one, but now I feel like I need that. Hazy15 gets me a little discount.
For sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's exactly what we need right now.
I need a new vape.
You need a bong? You got a bong discount code for Frank?
Yeah, I do need the bong. I am going to research that.
That's what this guy needs right now. You should have signed up for a box, bro. You could have 30 of them by now. Slacking. Damn. So, Hazy, out of all the boxes you tried, best one. What's your favorite?
Out of all the subscription boxes?
Yes.
I would have to say Happy Blaze Box.
That's it. I would
have to say Happy Blaze Box just because they've done like a couple theme boxes for like the holidays that were baller and they just match everything up. They have the munchie aspect to it. They have the portability aspect to it. It's like I've never been dissatisfied with one of those boxes. And then I would have to say that Daily High Club is like right there with them. As far as the theme boxes, I just don't get the nostalgic pieces like I get in the DHC boxes like I get anywhere else.
Yeah, I can agree with that. They really have some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Always different. Every month, like you get the most wild shit.
Right. Like the turkey.
They are cool.
It was like that went like in the middle of my table for sure.
Yeah. Oh, God. I got one for Christmas. I don't know if that was hemp or if that was Daily High Club, but it was like a cup of hot chocolate.
Yes, that was Daily High Club. I have the same one. It was baller.
That one was sick too.
Didn't you have a box that was cereal too, with like a little straw box, a little square?
Yeah, the little cereal box one.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I dabbed so much off that thing.
Yeah.
It was like the first one I got that came with the proper attachment. Because usually they'll just give you the bullhead, for the flower. And you're like, what the fuck? And then they started bringing you boxes that had both in there for concentrates and flour, so you could literally use the bong for whatever you want. And that's when the game changed. As far as I was concerned, that was it. I was ready to go. Sign me up. I just kept going and going. And now I got to switch over. I got to try this box she's talking about, man, because between that and the big bong you got in what was that other one? The big
what
bong.
Other one? The diamond one?
Stackable one?
No,
or the V-tie.
Yeah, the V-tie.
Yeah.
That thing was sick.
Oh,
yeah.
The 420 edition.
Yeah. Yeah, 420 edition, which is all month this month.
All month. Yeah, that's Happy Blaze Box, and then the other ones was V-tie. Speaking of nostalgic, like themed glass, if you're big on that, you're familiar with MJ Arsenal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like their Halloween pieces and their Christmas pieces that they came out with.
The last year's?
Yes.
I don't remember seeing the Halloweens, but I did see the Christmas ones.
Okay, let me go get the Halloween one. It's downstairs. We're going to go on an adventure. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the curio cabinet, and we'll see the Halloween one, the Halloween MJ Arsenal piece. It was like a bubbler. It was, and it actually has the glow in the dark. I think it's black light eyes. It's a cat.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
That is sick. I need to see this. That's awesome. You got quite a collection, I guess.
I love glass. Like, I just love pieces.
Oh, man, I had to wet my palate so bad.
Here we go. Here is...
That's good.
The cabinet.
Whoa! You got a lot of... Oh, my God.
It's like a head shop in there.
You really should have let off with this. Wow. Oh, my God. It's like I'm going shopping right now, and they're all so clean. Holy shit.
What's the like white and blue one in the center? Is it 2 elephants?
Oh, that's just a like a decoration. That's not a piece. That would be really cool though if it was.
What would you say you have?
How many pieces would I think? I mean,
Yeah.
I have never counted them.
How do you keep them all so clean?
Oh, it was a project that my husband was like determined to do. Like he got a couple packs of the Resolution Colorado.
Okay.
That's actually the best stuff.
Really?
Yes, it cleans freaking anything. You just dunk it right into there, or you put a little bit of solution into your piece, and then it is good to go.
That's what I got. Resolution Colorado.
Yes. Here's the Halloween piece from MJ Arsenal. It's a little witch hat. That's the mouthpiece. It's a little bubbler their Christmas box.
Yeah,
and it's a tree.
That's a discount code. I don't know. We got a discount code for something. Damn, that is sick. So thank you, Hazy, for joining us. Do you want to plug your IG or anything else for the listeners?
I mean, sure, yeah. I'm Hazy Hula High 420 on Instagram. You can pretty much find me at Hazy Hula High or Hazy High anywhere else. But for sure, it's been a great time. Had a great time talking to you guys.
Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, that was great, man.
That was excellent.
She has the greatest collection of glass that I've ever seen.
I know. I can't believe it.
It's like being at a head shop.
Did you see the cabinet? Full of glass.
Wow, yeah.
Unbelievable.
I really like the holiday theme pieces she had as well.
Definitely. Next
Really
week,
cool.
episode fucking 40, baby.
That's right.
Episode 40. It's almost been a full year, 12 episodes until we've reached the 1 year mark. It's going to be huge. Another 420 edition. Make sure you follow us IG, Twitter, Facebook at To Be Blunt Podcast with the number 2. ToBeBluntPodcast.com, RTFSportsNetwork.com. Make sure you subscribe and like our podcast. Leave a review for us from the Scott, Frank Knox, and Peasy. We'll see you next week. Same weed time. Same weed channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You're rocking with the heavyweight champs of sports talk.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Brandon Way and Brandon Rudolph.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
Tune in to Opinionated Facts, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. on the RTF Sports Network. And we're back again every Sunday at 12 noon on Facebook Live.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Only on the Opinionated Facts Facebook page, presented by TCP Network.
For the latest information, news, and analysis of the Los Angeles Lakers and the NBA, check out the Lakers Fast Break podcast every Tuesday night at 9, right here at rtfsportsnetwork.com.
Do you love the NFL? Of course you do. Tune in next to On and Off the Field with your host, Dylan Moran.
It's connecting, and we should be live on the RTF Sports Network. Let me confirm my suspicions.
Alrighty.
We're almost there. We're working on going live on RTF Sports Network. We're not quite there yet. Oh, we are live. According to my sources, I've gotten the thumbs up that we are live on RTF Sports Network.
Just hanging out here for a couple minutes.
Woo! Alrighty. We can try. We're working on getting this timing down. Welcome.
Yeah, well.
Welcome, everybody, to the On and Off the Field live show, week 2. This is our second week of doing this, and we're live on Facebook, finally. We're live on RTFSportsNetwork.com and on the Spreaker channel. We're rocking and rolling. We did it. What are you drinking tonight, Durf, before we get really rolling into this? Are we moving up in life? Hey!
Reserve. Yeah.
The reserve of
12
horse. Nice. The Yingling is dead. All hail Jenny. The Springbok over here, the 12 horse over there. So again, welcome to On and Off the Field's live stream week 2. If you listened to our show earlier today, the recorded episode from 3 to 4, you know that we dove hard into the AFC East as we started our series of kind of diving deep with fans into each division and talking about each team specifically and kind of where the fans feel their team's at heading into the next season. We talked with Paul Garino, Cashing It In podcast, and then one of my buddies, a guy from Pulaski where I grew up, talked to him. He's working on maybe a baseball podcast. Everyone was a great interview. It was probably one of my favorite episodes we did.
Yeah, it was a blast.
It was an interesting one, and it took a long time to get it all set up and running. But it was our first time doing like real interviews on this show, and I feel like it went well.
Yeah, it went pretty well.
So we're here with you to go even deeper with the AFC East, and we're closing on the NFL draft. We are a whole bunch of stuff is happening in the NFL. I know there's no sports right now, but you really got to look into when there's not live games on. You really have to kind of look for things. And there's more going on than you would imagine. I think that you initially see on the surface, but we are here to give you all of that fun and juicy information. So first, let's give you the straight up deets of what we got to go through. You're obviously found us on Facebook. We also have an Instagram and a Twitter. Head over to onandoffthefield.com, and you can get to all the social media links from there. You can listen to the show, all the recorded episodes on there. Go to all the links to your favorite podcasting platform. And then we also have all the social media links on there. Have the blog on there. We also have a link to Show of the Month voting link. And let me tell you, below the mic, oh,
wow,
what?
Yeah,
it was on and off the field and twist. On and off the field and twist were like just duking it out. On and off the field took the lead for a little while. Yeah. Twist started roaring back because they felt the pressure. And then below the mic comes out of nowhere, and they're like, "Oh, we're up for Show of the Month. Okay, let's go win this." And they've just taken all of our votes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's heartbreaking. I haven't checked it recently. Let me give you a live update on the Show of the Month. We currently are at on and off field, below the mic are tied at 30% of the votes.
Oh, nice.
And then Twist is at 40. That math does add up. So yes, that is 100% of the votes. So Twist is still in the lead, but on and off the field, I know you guys can do this. I feel the connection, the fans. We can do this. I know we can. So go to onoffthefield.com or rtfsportsnetwork.com. They both have the link to vote for On Off the Field for Show of the Month. And if you go to rtfsportsnetwork.com, scroll to the bottom, there is a subscribe to our newsletter. You get like one email a week, maybe. It's just, give you some small updates on things. If you do that, you just enter your email address. You're instantly entered to win 3 free months of ESPN Plus, just in time for Michael Jordan's documentary series, The Last Dance, that's coming up here on ESPN Plus. It's like a mini series, 4 or 5 episodes, I think. And I already did it. Did you do it?
Yeah.
I mean, what did it take you? 6 seconds?
Yeah, that's about it.
It's silly not to do it, just to get your name out there to maybe win it. It's so easy.
Yep.
So just go do that real quick.
Well, not only will they get access to the Michael Jordan documentary, but we could have some UFC fights on there in the next week or so.
Oh, is that where it's heading?
That is the news that I saw yesterday, was that Dana White, it was going to be aired on ESPN Plus.
Interesting. On it from his private island there that he's buying or something?
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Oh, yeah.
We have that in our notes to get to at some point. That's kind of the whole thing here. David Timmons is tuning in with some comments. He says, the Bills should be AFC East favorites at the moment. They have the deepest roster, and the Patriots have questions at QBs. The Dolphins are rebuilding, and the Jets seem to have internal problems. Let's throw David up there. Yeah, I would pretty much agree with all those statements,
Absolutely.
The Dolphins definitely seem like they got some spunk at the end of the season. I know everyone said they were tank for Tua. Right. They still get to pick 5th in the draft, but it still seems like it's going to be a hard turnaround from what they have to being like a playoff contender.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
The Jets, I don't know. Was it 2 seasons ago or was it last season? The people said that at least the professional ESPN amazing talkers that get paid to do all this fancy stuff, they were predicting the Jets double-digit wins. They had Le'Veon Bell. Sam Darnold's going to be he's going to really come into it this year, and Robbie Anderson's great, and their defense had good potential. Yeah, everything just seemed to fall apart with the Jets, just like you said. Adam Gase is a mess. Sam Darnold has mono. Was Sam Darnold's the one with the mystery injury in his thumb or something? Like an injury no one's ever seen? He just had a random injury. I remember that storyline. Like, how do you just have an injury no one's seen before? What? That's not a thing. Why? So we couldn't get a poll up because we're doing this through StreamYard. I don't know. It's like a plug or something. It has it in the corner, so I don't even need to say it. So if you just want to comment, let us know your favorites to win the AFC East, and we would love to tally up your votes by the end of the broadcast. So that was kind of what we dove into already there with the AFC East. We kind of jumped into that with David's comments. But we also want to, while we have our audience here, I don't know if we have hundreds listening. I don't know if we have like tens listening. I don't know where we're at. I don't have the numbers. But
well, at least people are listening.
Yeah, we have 5 on the stream and 1 like from David Timmons. So thank you, David, for being here. Thank you very much for your participation. We did our giveaway. It just ended last week during our live show. We did the drawing, and I got everyone together, and we have Pastor Jean is my mother-in-law who got the nickname. I think I'm going to roll with like Pastor Jean because I actually didn't get her nickname. If you're listening, sorry. My buddy Cameron, who won the autographed item, he wants an autographed football, so we will get that to you in a safe coronavirus-free way at some point. It might take a little bit longer with all this stuff going on. And then Chelsea, my sister-in-law, chose the charity that we donated to, which was Feeding America, which is a great charity to choose at this point in time because feeding people, making sure food banks are stocked. They do They do everything. Go to feedingamerica.org and read all about it. And if you go to our Facebook page, it has a link to a special fundraising page that I set up on their website, and we set a goal of $1,000. I know like $1,000 is a lot. Technically, we're up to 105 because we donated our 50. We have another 50, and then someone else donated 5, but like through Facebook. So there's only 50 on there right now, but total we're at 105. So we only need $895 more. Is that the right number?
Yep.
$895 more, and we'll hit our goal. And I think that's 10,000 meals that we would provide for people in need. And I know we have over 1,000 followers alone on RTF Sports Network. So if you're listening, head over to that link on and off the field. Go donate $1, all of you, and we'll hit our goal easy. $1. Yeah. You're in quarantine. You got nothing. You're not ordering as much food. You're not going to the bar. You got $1. I know everyone here has $1, at least in reserve for their beer. I sacrificed a couple packs of Jenny so I could donate to Feeding America.
There you go.
Oh, it's so good. Oh man.
Yeah.
So that is. I hope we hit that goal. It's a big goal, but I know that we can do it. So for the AFC East, as we transition into football, we have a couple. We got my wife. Hi, Caitlin. She's saying the Bills. And so is your wife. We got 2 wives on the line. Go Bills.
Yeah.
And then my dad randomly comes in with go Eagles. We're not to the NFC East yet, Dad. Hang on. We'll get there in a couple of weeks. I'll bring you on the show so you can talk about the Eagles. But you can't curse. It's a clean show. It's not explicit. But for the AFC East, it seems like everyone's leaning towards the Bills. If you listen to the show on Tuesday or earlier today on the RTF Sports Network, everyone, even the fans from other teams, are just thinking Bills. You're our Bills fan. Like, give us why are people thinking that?
Well, I just think to reiterate from what David said in the comments is the Bills roster is, I think, probably has the most depth in the division right now. But not only that, and just the amount of momentum the Bills have had the last couple of years with Sean McDermott and his process and everything, and Brandon Beane's done a really good job with bringing the right amount of talent in. I mean, like we talked about on Tuesday, like the last 2 out of the last 3 years they made the playoffs. Like that's been almost unheard of for my entire Bills career, except for when I was an infant when they were in the Super Bowl.
Which that was unheard of. So it's like the Bills kind of do the opposites of, it's either the highest or the lowest. We're going to go to 4 Super Bowls in a row, and then we're not going to even touch the playoffs for 20 years.
There you go.
There's your Bills in a nutshell.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I think Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott have just been brilliant. Like they have just done an amazing job, because what the Bills used to do, and I think it all started, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it all started with Kelvin Benjamin, right?
Okay, yeah.
It was a front office and GM, head coach, everything before Brandon Beane got there. All these trades that they would make are explosive, like, here's all of our money, here's all our draft capital, we just want you here so we can win. But they were never the right pieces. It just seemed like we're going to get a superstar. We're going to get someone in here. Doesn't matter the culture. Doesn't matter anything. We just want them here so we can win. And it never worked out. And they overpaid everybody they brought in. And it put them in a cap space health situation. And it put them with no draft cap, no future. And Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott seem to fix that in 3 years. It's a whole new culture and system over there.
Absolutely. I mean, just even think about what those two did in Carolina. I mean, Carolina was going to the Super Bowl, and then Beane and McDermott come out to Buffalo, and all of a sudden we're not just the seed in the AFC East now. Now we're knocking on top there, and so.
And you look at Carolina, they're kind of a mess right now. I know the whole Cam Newton thing really kind of messed them up, but there's really no pieces there right now. I think the Bills stole most of them this offseason, with most of their defense coming over. But they have Robbie Anderson, they have Teddy Bridgewater, and then they had DJ Moore and CMC, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's an okay offense, and Matt Rule is a great offensive-minded coach. I think the Panthers will be fine this year, but I guess that's a little off topic.
Oh, yeah.
David Timmons coming in again. Bean brings in talent in, and he brings players in the right price. Absolutely. It's amazing what they've done, and I've followed it so close this year because they've made so many moves. And it comes back to especially the Stephon Diggs trade.
Right.
Yeah, they gave up a first-round pick and, 3 other picks total, but 2 of them were compensatory. Right. So they really only gave up, a first and a fourth at the end of the day?
First this year, fourth next year, yeah.
That's nothing. Technically,
right, yeah.
To get a player like Diggs, and he wanted out of Minnesota. I know it's Buffalo, and a lot of people trash Buffalo and say it's not the greatest city to play in. This is a great place as long as you have the right mindset. And I think McDermott will force Diggs into that mindset. It's just a great family environment they got. And if Diggs wants to make the playoffs, I think he found the right team.
Right, yeah, definitely.
And to go into a less powerful note about teams that are successful, you got the Patriots, the Jets, and the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. Now, before I trash the Patriots, I know a lot of people are saying that the Patriots are still the team to beat in the AFC East. I get it. Bill Belichick is there. Edelman's there. They still have a couple of young pieces like N'Keal Harry, Sony Michel. I know they have a really solid top 3 defense, but they lost a lot this offseason. I know they lost Brady. Yeah. Everyone knows that. They lost 3 of their 4 starting linebackers. That is a tough call for any coach to overcome in just one offseason. Oh, we lost our Hall of Famer, pretty much like a GOAT status quarterback, and half our defense. I got this. I'm Bill Belichick. There comes a point where you lose too much. I'm just saying. There comes a point. And before, I kind of forgot because I forgot to write this down. I'm calling out, if he's listening, the guy that he's from Just for Clicks. His name's Michael Buckheister, and he's part of the RTF Sports Network. And he called out our show. He listened to the show from 3 to 4. He called us out. He said, he's not going to call him Durf anymore. He's going to call him Nerf.
What?
That doesn't even make sense, but he said these guys are talking out their butts thinking the Bills will go 11-5 and win the AFC East. Just to be
11-5.
They should have been 11-5 this year.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
They didn't play any of their starters in Week 17. They could have crushed the Jets in Week 17 and been 11-5, but they didn't.
Right.
And I know it's the Patriots still. I know they got a good defense. I know it's Bill Belichick. But they almost beat them twice this past year. They played them really close in those games.
Yeah, definitely. And, when I looked at next year's opponents, too, when I came up with that record, that was even giving the Bills saying we're going to split with the Patriots. I mean, that was the Dolphins. Not super worried about them right now. Jets, we'll see what happens, but not super worried.
It's a toss-up.
The Patriots, right. Obviously, the Patriots, Bill Belichick still, but just looking at their home and away points, I don't see why it couldn't be 11-5 this upcoming year.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to lose to the Seahawks, so that's at least one loss, but who else is left?
We'll see.
We're going to live stream that game. We're going to that one as a team, and that's going to be a fun one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, God bless it, the season actually happens, but you know, we're thinking positively here on and off the field. But yes, the Patriots lost so many pieces. We know Bill Belichick's a mastermind at this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So maybe he can do it. Maybe he can still get them to go 10-6, 11-5 themselves, maybe. Maybe hit a wild card if they tie with the Bills, something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's Bill Belichick. This is what we're here to see this season. Can Tom Brady succeed without Bill, and can Bill succeed without Tom Brady? That's the question. That's what everyone wants to see.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on to the Jets. I mean, we kind of talked about them. It's just a dumpster fire, and they are a toss-up. You feel like they have talent. It's there. You feel like it's there. They just got to push the button and they'll be successful. But it's under lock and key, and someone in that organization has that key, but no one knows who it is, and he refuses to give it up. And it's like everything's in disarray till that button's pushed, and then okay, the offensive line will be good, so Bell will get going, and then Sam Darnold will have some targets to throw to, and it'll all work. But it's just not there. I feel like it should work, and that's why some analysts said last year that they were gonna win the AFCs. They were gonna be double-digit winners, and it just fell apart. And the Dolphins tanked for Tua. They showed some spunk. They have a lot. They paid everybody in the league more than anything they were worth, but they had the money to spend. They have 14 draft picks.
They can draft the entire offense or defense in the draft and be set.
Just kick everyone off the offense. You're all gone. We don't want any of you. We're drafting a whole new team. That'd be awesome if they did that. I would love to see them try.
Impressive, yeah.
But I guess that's a good segue into the draft, because of the Dolphins having 14 picks. It kind of leads into using those 14 picks correctly when they get to the virtual draft.
Ooh, yeah.
It's let me tell you, the virtual draft is, they're making a 30 for 30 of this. They just are.
Oh, without a doubt.
They're going to have ESPN cameras in all of these war rooms, which is just people's homes. Some people said, oh, well, they'll just meet up at the Marriott and use conference rooms. No, they're not. That's not a thing.
Nope.
That's meeting. You can't do it.
Right.
Everyone's saying that the Cowboys have a huge, huge unfair advantage in this draft. Huge deal. Yeah, big deal. Because Jerry Jones and his son are both on the team. Jerry Jones, a GM, and his son has something. They can be together and draft together.
Oh, yeah, I could see
That's
why.
a huge advantage.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No. They brought this topic up like this was like some like game changer.
Yeah.
Stop it. At first I heard it and I was like, this is a topic. This is what we're talking about right now. This is what we're doing. Jerry Jones can draft with his son because they both work for the team. And I just started laughing. People are crazy. They'll turn anything into a story, but the draft is going to be amazing. Your opinion? Virtual draft.
I think it's literally going to be like a fantasy football draft, like something everyone does in the summertime. But you're picking people that you're actually going to interact with, come training camp and preseason, and even in the regular season. But there's a lot more on the line than a fantasy football draft.
Yeah,
most fantasy football drafts.
Kind of like the future of your franchise, no big deal.
Right, right. I think the big thing is how likely are we going to see trades in this draft? Just because of it being virtual. I know, a lot of teams have talked about trying to get the NFL to make each pick time slot a lot larger, just to give them more chances to make trades, or if there's any kind of technical issues trying to get the picks in. Did you happen to see Kevin Colbert, a GM for the Steelers, his comment of what he wants for the draft?
Yeah, I saw it, but that's just
it's
just
not
stupid.
Gonna happen.
No,
Yeah.
that's I can see where he's going with it, but
Right.
that's an asinine request. Just stop.
you can't ask for 3 more picks because you're saying it's more likely for a team to make a mistake. Like,
Right.
no, the teams have been watching tape and, doing any kind of virtual meetings they can with these players. Like, they had the combine for the players that were there. But, I mean, really, come on. Like, you don't need 3 more picks because you might make a mistake. Like,
And
no.
correct me if I'm wrong. If you make a mistake, like if you pull who was it? It was the Vikings. If you don't make your pick on time, you just swap with the next person. Like, you still get your pick. You don't lose your pick. It's not like snooze, you lose. You just get knocked back a spot. You don't need more picks.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that was someone's like, I dare you to make that request. Someone in the organization's like, do it. I dare you. Go on national television and say that. And I double dog dare you. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I do know that now we're at the 2-week mark for the draft. I believe that the teams are doing a mock draft run tonight with the NFL just to make sure any technical issues they were able to work them out for the next 2 weeks. So,
yeah, I would imagine they're establishing, like, especially the teams with other executives or other GMs, trying to work out how they're going to do trades. Like, that's going to be a big part of it. Like, what phone number do we call if we want to make a trade? Who do we talk to? If the trade is made, how do I start communicating with the rest of my team scattered across the country about, hey, so this guy made a trade. Should we do it? You tell me this. He's pointing to people on the screen. You tell me if I should do this. You tell me if I should do that. And then, call him back. Everyone has their boards made, like you said. People know who they're drafting. They got all their stuff together. They're going to go into this with a plan. It's just, you're going to be able to make picks on time. I have zero concerns about that happening. Like, someone's Zoom is going to crash, whatever technology they're going to end up using. I don't have a problem with security concerns. These teams have millions and millions and billions of dollars.
Right.
They can go to each person's house, set up some kind of secure internet connection.
Yeah.
I know people want it to happen. Somebody hacking in and messing with a draft pick, or they hack into the camera and they show their butt on national television. Like, people want it to happen, but it's not. These guys have millions of dollars at their disposal. Set up a secure internet connection and telephone line. You'll be fine. I mean, the Army, I was in the Army. They
Thank you guys for listening to Snowman in the Morning right here at RTFSportsNetwork.com. Catch him again tomorrow at 9 a.m. East Coast time. Do you like sports interviews with a little bit of twist, with a little bit of rawness, with a little bit of untouched talent? Join us next on the RTFSportsNetwork.com radio network with Cyber Time Base. And that was Below the Mic with your host, Earl Marks, coming from you straight from New York. Join them every Friday, 2 p.m. East Coast time, right here on RTFSportsNetwork.com.